Uncle Joe, I go live. I'm raw. That's it. I don't have any filters. You can do any objection handling you want. Oh, look at this thing here.
Uh,
Yeah, so that's the
Yikes.
problem. There's no need for a solution. There's not a problem. There's no need for a solution. So you have to sometimes create the problem to get people to move toward the solution. Like say, why don't we just stop the call and tell me no? That's creating a problem. No, Joe, I want to say yes. Okay, then what should we do?
Role play with America's home service coach, Joe Crisara. We're talking about presenting findings and options at a maintenance or tune up. And I'm going to be the homeowner, and Joe is going to present in a way that's going to allow you to get better results. So, okay, so I appreciate you looking at that. I do have to get going here pretty soon. Like in 10 minutes, I got to take off. Can we talk through any options that we've got?
Yeah, Tim, I did find a problem, but it's actually how important is the health of your family, Tim?
Very important.
Because right now I do see a problem related to the health of your family that could, a problem that's inside the HVAC system that could impact the health of your family. But it sounds like you're too busy to talk about it, Tim. Why don't we just stop the call if you're too busy to talk? Now, if you want to continue and let me tell you about the health issues, I'd be
Yeah.
happy to do that, but you have to give me more time than 15 minutes, Tim. So you want to stop,
Okay.
make a
No,
different,
no.
make a different appointment, or should we?
Take a little bit of time. That's totally fine. Let's chat.
Are you sure? Because you got to call somebody or something. Because I don't want to see you get a. I don't want to have you press for time, Tim.
I do have to go in like 20 minutes because I got to pick up my kid. But other than that, yeah,
Okay, 20 minutes. Tim,
yeah,
how important is the health of your family again?
very very important to me.
Because right now there's biological growth inside the air conditioning system. Can I show you what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You see the drain pipe here with the gross black stuff inside of it?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
You know what that is inside the drain?
What is that?
That's water that comes from the air, the humidity. It's in the air conditioning coil, and that's biological growth that's trapped in the coil, Tim. You know how they got there?
How did that get there?
Because the ductwork is leaking and the fiberglass has embedded itself in that coil. Can I show you a picture of it? It looks like
Yeah.
indoor-outdoor carpeting inside your coil. Look at this thing here.
Uh,
Yeah, so that's the
Yikes.
problem. So Tim, there's a couple choices. What do you think about that? First of all, how many kids do you got in your family?
Just one
So what happens when is it a boy or girl?
girl.
What's her name?
June.
When June gets sick, what's that like in your family?
Oh man, it is miserable.
Yeah, right. How about your wife? What's her name?
Bia.
Bia. What does Bia think when June gets sick? And who has to stay home with June when she gets sick?
Yeah, it generally falls on Bia, and she's definitely frustrated.
Yeah, right. That's what gets me too. So Tim, that's the problem I'm seeing here. I mean, the system does work right now. The air conditioning unit works, but it's got that biological growth that you're breathing in the air.
Mm,
So we could just leave it like it is. And when you guys have an airborne illness, you can always just call me and we can tell you how we fix that. Now, just so you know, I also alternately did create options to fix it if you want to fix it, but they're way more than just the maintenance call. So I'm a little hesitant to show you what the solutions would be because I don't want you to get mad at me.
huh. I do want to look at them.
Are you sure? We don't have to, Tim. We could just let it
No, no,
go and
I want to check them out. I mean, I know I'm a little bit budget conscious right now, but I want to check them out. It's important to
well,
me.
I mean, if the money to invest in your family's health is too much, we'll just stop the call. We don't have to. I didn't come here to sell you anything. I
No, no,
came
I
here. I'm not.
definitely
I'm,
want to
I'm
look
not.
at it.
As
I
you
just
as you
want
can
to
tell, I'm
check.
not a good salesman, Tim. I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not very good at sales. So I'm not. So I'm not good at sales. So you'd have to. You're gonna have to invite me to show you these solutions, Tim.
No, no, I totally get it. I would love to look at them. I really, really appreciate you putting them together.
All right. But now you're gonna have to do a little better than that, Tim. If I do show it to you, would you be willing to pick your favorite one and let me know which one's your favorite?
Yes, absolutely.
Would you let me find a way to make it affordable so you guys could get the job done?
Yes.
And if we found a way to make it affordable and you wanted to get it done, then what would happen? Just to make sure we're on the same page.
I think I could. Yeah, I think I could make a choice today.
You sure? Because you don't have to,
Yeah.
Tim. We don't
No,
just
no,
drop the whole
I
thing.
no, no. If it's yeah, if I can find a way to make it affordable, absolutely.
All right, I'll show you the solutions, Tim. So right now, Tim, the top option is called the Platinum Plus. Let's keep June healthy. Complete air purification restoration. This is our five star, and 5 stage air purification system. So Tim, first, we're going to remove that air conditioning coil with the biological growth, and we're going to replace it with a brand new coil to make sure we get rid of the biological growth. That's going to restart the air conditioning unit, recharge it, and get it working again. Then we're going to take that ductwork that's leaking and replace it with air sealed ductwork. That's aero sealed, we call it. It seals it from the inside, so there's 100%. We did that, Tim, to make sure that June and Bia and you are not breathing fiberglass. We did that for you to make sure that you had a clean air. Then we put a media filter in, Tim, that filters at 100%, so none of the air will get stuck into that coil again. And then we also just that drain. Remember that drain that was all gross? That one that was all full of biological growth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do that for free. We just put that in for free because we don't want to have to even pay for that. That'll just be part of it.
Okay.
Tim, this also has a 5-year service membership. Tim, how hard do you work for your family?
I like to think pretty hard.
How about Bia? Does she work hard?
Yeah, very hard.
So it's called the Let Bia and Tim Relax service membership. I did the 5-year membership, Tim, because you work so hard on that social media. I see your videos and stuff up there, and I admire you from afar. I'm just a service provider. And I see how hard Bia works with your daughter June, how hard she works around this house and that garden, how hard she works with the dogs and things like that. And I just want to make sure that you guys relax. It's called the Let Bia and Tim Relax service plan and membership for 5 years. We did that for you, Tim. We take care of the equipment, give you a 5-year warranty on the repairs we're doing here today, and give you 5 years of the media filters that we're going to do. I did that for you guys so you could just relax, Tim. Make sense?
That's all.
Tim, take a guess what we're talking about though for that option. I got 6 different options here, Tim. The top
Yeah.
one is the most premium option. It has carbon monoxide protection and everything built into it already. Tim, take a guess what we're talking about for all that stuff.
I'm hoping some kind of low monthly payment, to be honest with you, but I don't know. I'm guessing like 30K or something.
Wow, 30K. Tim, I wish I could do it for that price. This is premium. This is a 5 stage air purification for your family.
Oh, okay. Okay. What is it?
No, I can't do it for that price. Tim, what if I said it was $104 a month? What would happen then?
That would be very interesting to me for sure.
Yeah. So what should we do?
How long is the monthly payment though?
If I said the monthly payment was for 10 years, Tim, what would happen then?
Oh, I wish I could. I would love to maybe do a little bit more on a monthly basis if I could get that payment down to like 3 or 5 years.
Well, so if you did you wouldn't mind paying more on a monthly basis?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind at all.
What if I said a 5-year loan, 5-year bridge loan, instead of being 8.9% for 10 years, we would do it for 7% or 6.9% for 5 years, and the monthly payment would only be 225 a month. What would happen then?
I think I'm down to do that. Yeah,
So what should we
I'm
do?
down to do that, or even a little bit quicker. I'm cool to do that, just because I don't like having too much on my payments.
How about if we did 12 months, same as cash, and you just pay for it at the end of the year? It's $7,592. What would happen then?
Wow, actually, that sounds like a pretty good deal. But I think I'm gonna go with the like 5 year thing, just because I like paying it off over time.
All right, Tim. So what should we do?
Let's move forward with that.
Aren't you gonna give me some objections, Tim?
I'm actually not.
Tim, give me some objections. Come on.
Okay, let me try. Okay, let me
Be a
try.
psychopath. Be a Minnesota nice guy. Come on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll try this. How was
Aren't
this?
you guys going to lower my price at least?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, you're right. That is good
I even
for
sold you. You're supposed to do role play, not buy
it
it.
was I was trying to focus on what I would actually say and what I would actually say
You're
as my
terrible at
question.
role play, Tim. You're supposed to give me
All right,
objections.
let's try this. Let's try this.
So what should we do, Tim?
Let's go back to the 10-year plan, and you give me that price, and I say, is there any way we could do some of these features that you've got here and then not do some of these features? I saw
Sure,
that there's
Tim.
some things on here that are optional. Is there
Absolutely,
any way?
Tim. Like if you look at the
Okay,
next option down, every option we have below the top option reduces in price. You could just do the media filter for like $1,200 if you want to at the bottom and just filter the air by itself. How would we just, we could also just clean the coil and get the filter for $2,100. Look at that. So what should we do?
I am kind of excited to get some of these things that you mentioned up here, though.
Hmm.
So I'm just trying to figure out if there's like what are the most important things?
Those are the ones in
Um,
the middle, Tim.
I
The,
do
the
like
option, the option in the upper middle. That's the most important. That's going to be the thing. That's the professional option. The top
yeah,
two options are luxury options, Tim, with the 5 year and 3 years. Then we go to
yeah.
the 5 years and 4 years. Then we go to the 3 year option. That's the most professional and most permanent right there. So what should we do?
I'm I'm
Tell me you have to
interested. I
ask.
need
Tell me you have
to
to
think
ask your
about
wife. Tell me you have to ask Bia. You have to ask Bia.
Okay, thank you. Um, I have to ask Bia before we do this.
Let me ask you a question, Tim. When it comes to the health and safety of your daughter June, what does Bia normally do? Premium, mid-range, or economy solutions,
She's usually on the high end, if I'm
right?
honest. Yeah.
So this is the third option from the top. So what should we do?
Um, yeah, let me think about it for a couple days, and I'll chat with you on Thursday.
I can actually do better than that, Tim. So we've already agreed that the top two options are out of the question, right? For now, get rid of
Yeah.
those. So it's that third option we're looking at. Here's what we could do, Tim. What if I said we could do the bottom option for now, just get that filtration system in there to reduce some of that fiberglass and clean the coil. If I could do that for $1,200, what would happen then? And then you can always upgrade after you and Bia have a chance to think about it. What if at least we get that started and we could do it that way? What would happen then?
I think we're probably going to do that option that you mentioned. I just want to talk about it with my wife. And honestly, I think we're probably going to do that third option. Just want to take a second.
Tim, let me ask you a question. Are you interested or not interested at this point?
I'm interested.
You hesitated, Tim. It doesn't sound like you're interested. Are you really interested? You can tell me, Tim. You can always tell me no, and I'll still be your friend. You sure you don't want to just tell me no if you're not interested, okay? I'll
No,
still
no,
be your
no.
friend,
I'm probably going to do it.
probably.
Yeah.
Only probably.
Yeah. I mean, let's just knock this out. Let's do it.
Are you sure? Because we can always get just do the cheap option for 1,200 down there.
No, I'm pretty sure at this, I know that we're not going to do the cheap option, so I think it's just time to move forward. Let's do that third
All right.
option.
So what should we do?
Let's get it moving. I'll sign.
All right, let's get that done. Check or credit card? How are we doing that, Tim? We're going to use the bridge loan. Check or credit card? How are we doing that today?
We'll do credit card.
Credit card, American Express or Discover? How are we doing that? American Express or Visa? Discover? How are we doing that?
I've got the Amex.
If I said we could take an well, hang on, Tim. If I That's a premium card. If I said I could take the Amex, what would happen then?
Um, Sorry, what do you mean?
If I said I could take the Amex, what would happen then? That's a premium card. That costs 3% for us to take that card.
Oh,
If I said I would go ahead and absorb that 3%, Tim, what would happen then?
that's great. Let's do it.
All right. So what should we do?
Let's move forward.
See how many commitments you're getting there, Tim? Making
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
that
yeah.
people are solidly committed, right? Giving them a chance to get out of it, getting it committed. Isn't it interesting how when I give you the freedom to cancel or say no, that nobody wants to say no ever, Tim? Isn't that weird? Hey,
Mhm.
Tim, you could just tell me no. Why don't you just tell me no? I'll still be your friend. No,
Yeah,
Joe, I want to get the job done. That's what
yeah.
it sounds like. Makes sense. So, so basically, and listen to this, guys. When you're handling objections like that, I'm not worried about what the next one is after that. I'm just worried about the one I have in front of me now. So, one of the best things I could tell everybody when you're doing this, don't start thinking I'm going to lose the job. Don't start thinking I'm going to get the job. Like when Tim Hook says he's going to do a role play with me, I could say, hey, you're going to edit out the bad stuff, right? But I told him, no, don't edit anything. Leave it like it is because I'm confident. I'm confident that we're going to manage the project to get it to the end. You know what? Even if you don't buy from me, I'm okay. That would be a success because I'm bringing
Mm,
it to a conclusion. You know what the worst thing, Tim? You probably have proposals out there with all kinds of people who are web clients, giving them a proposal for what you're doing. But if you brought it to a conclusion to tell them, hey, Joe, why don't you just tell me no? If you already got somebody you trust more in your web page, in your website, you just hire them. If you did that, everybody would trust you more. The fact that you're not
mm,
trying to push them would make them buy more. Does that make sense?
yeah.
So,
No, it does.
some key insights there. Tim, what's your takeaway from that role play? What do you think? What's your opinion as a consumer from that?
I
Did you feel
think it's
pushed?
just it's creating resistance, and I think we're always concerned as a salesperson. I'm a salesperson for marketing, but I sell marketing,
Hmm.
and I'm always concerned with kind of trying to get rid of resistance and trying to make them feel comfy. And I
Hmm.
think what's always interesting as I've talked to you about these things is like it's okay to challenge them. It's okay to create resistance because they will, if they wanted to purchase, they will push through that resistance. And I think that that's always very interesting to me.
Without dissonance, that's called dissonance, Tim. There's
Yeah,
no need for a solution. Without a problem, there's no need for a solution. So
yeah,
you have to sometimes create the problem to get people to move toward the solution. Like say, why don't we just stop the call and tell me no? That's creating a problem. No, Joe, I want to say yes. Okay, then what should we do? Right there again. So you see the what should we do is only like the conclusion. You have to earn the right to get to what should we do. It's not going to happen
yeah.
by itself. When people give you a conclusion, you have to create the problem and then you have to create the solution. And then the end part of it is what should we do?
And go check out the book now. What should we do with Joe Crisara? It is very, very good. And I've got one last question. Somebody
Sure.
commented at the last moment. By the way, we just created 3 pieces of content in a row with Joe. Crazy content blitz. And the last thing that just got commented right now while we're chatting, Johnny Johnson from Arctic Air
Mhm.
said, I can say this with great customer service and all the training that our company has done with Uncle Joe's team, we are doing great. Thank you, Joe Casera, Service MVP. I love that that was commented at the very end of this content blitz. And thank you, Joe, for taking your time. I really, really appreciate you taking the time to do 3 pieces of content with me in a row. And where can people check you out?
You can go to servicemvp.com and just get a free course, Tim. We give you free training right there, or you can always just text me or call me at on our Facebook page. You can direct message me there from Joe Crisara. If you want to, you can get the book What Should We Do? It's on Amazon and Audible, paperback, hardcover, and Kindle. Definitely check that out and just learn enough about what to do, make some money, and then invest in your team. That's really what it's about. Investing in yourself, investing in your team, Tim.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I do got to go pick up June now. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm kind of make this abrupt at the end here, but I really appreciate your time, Joe.
Thanks, Tim. I appreciate you.